What up?
What's
Let
up,
me
bro?
let me get your manager on here too. Let's see.
Yes, sir.
Lakem, I sent you the request. Go ahead and check that. I sent you the request. Let's see. I don't know if he's getting the request. Let's see here. I sent it to him twice already. But all right, if he doesn't get it, that's cool. He's at least still in the chat. So
Yeah.
what's BM Queso in the building, y'all?
BM Casso, bro.
BM Casso, man. You guys know I'm really bad at pronouncing artist names, man. I'm trying to get better at that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta y'all gotta forgive me for that. So for this video, we're gonna go ahead and turn off the comments. We're gonna keep it like a straight interview. This will be recorded, and we're gonna have this on YouTube and on the IG page. So, hey, man, let's get to it.
Right on.
All right, guys, your boy DJ Ken, the 1's and 2's, and today we got BM Casso in the building. How you feeling today?
Man, I'm feeling all right, man. It's another day, bro.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, man.
How you
So
feeling?
I'm feeling really good, man. I'm feeling good. It's blessed, you know, a blessed day, blessed Thursday. Last night was just a crazy night. Man, I stayed up probably way too late, but hey, we made it through.
Man, that's what's up.
Yeah, so tell us, man, where you from?
Man, I'm from Lagos, Nigeria, man. You already
Okay,
know.
okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
Yeah, but I mean, I'm originally from the East, but I grew up in Lagos. So like
Mhm,
most of the guys that I know and where I grew up was in Lagos. So
mhm.
I just rep Lagos, I guess.
Okay, okay. So like, what's it like? And how, were you were born and raised in Lagos? So when did you move over to the States?
I came here when I was 17, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so right after a little bit after high school, when I graduated high school, I came over
Hmm.
for college and just been here ever since.
Okay. So you came for college. So when you're in Lagos, what's Lagos like? Because look, I'm gonna be honest. When I'm out, people think I'm
Man,
Nigerian, man, and I think that's really dope. I need to
wait,
do
where
some.
where are you from?
I'm from Texas. I'm from United States of America. But look, what I'm
Where-
telling people, I need to
Damn,
do the ancestry research because I guarantee you, I probably have a lot of Nigerian roots in me. You know what I'm saying? But I promise,
definitely.
I'm gonna do the research. I'm gonna come back with the facts. But tell us, like, what's it like growing up in Lagos, man?
Bro, it's crazy, man. It's
Yeah,
crazy. I mean, I wasn't, I don't know. Have you been to New York? You
not
been?
yet.
Okay. So it's just like New York on steroids, bro. Like it's busy as hell.
Mm,
It's just a lot of Lagos is a city of hustlers, just people out there just trying to, get something working for them.
hmm.
Um, and Lagos got all kind of people. There's the rich, the poor, what you call the middle class. I don't know that there's any in Nigeria, but it's just a group of people just together and in all fields too, like and from all corners of the country,
Hmm.
from the east, the west, the south, the north, and it's just people basically just out there trying to get it.
Hmm.
So it's definitely somewhere that people always say that if you can survive in Lagos, you can survive anywhere, and that's facts on 100, bro.
Wow, man, that's crazy. I definitely got to go. I really want to experience the African experience, man. I feel like every African American, we need to take a trip out there to witness that, you know, to be around our ancestors, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So Lagos is now, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but is like Nigeria, is it like one of the busiest countries in Africa?
Oh
Like it
yeah,
has,
yeah.
yeah, because it seems like they have the biggest cities in Africa, right? In Nigeria.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of population, yeah, it's pretty crowded, especially Lagos. A lot of people over not so much land area, right? So it's like you
Hmm.
have you have people just compacted. Um, and I mean, it's because it's happening, that's where it's happening. That's where, you got entertainment, you got politics, you got business, you got just everything.
Hmm.
So people just flooding in from all corners of the country, trying to look for opportunities and stuff. So
Hmm.
it's definitely really populated. It probably not the biggest in terms of like the size, but with population, yeah.
Okay. So it being such a populated city, you know, just like New York, it was a pretty good comparison you had. New York has a lot of talent, you know, with so many people together, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of creativity in that. So
Right.
you being in Legos, like what made you step onto the musical field? Like what made you want to jump into that?
I mean, back in Nigeria, I wasn't really, well, I was doing music, but it was just like, friends. And what really inspired was just, seeing the talent that we had at the time. We had the
Hmm.
likes of the Bunch when I was growing up, Two-Face. Um, when we were also kids, we heard about Fela Nicolas Bokuti. He's like is the pioneer of Afrobeat.
Okay.
Um, so we definitely, got inspiration from those guys. I grew up listening to MI. He's also an artist, and then at the time, Wizkid started coming up. Um, so we definitely had a lot of people to look up to that were doing it big in Lagos at the time.
Hmm.
Um, and also some American music too, because I wasn't just listening to African music. I was a big fan of Lil Wayne growing up and Jay-Z. Um, so I started music rapping or like, freestyling or whatever. And then, you
Hmm.
know, just having people that were in Lagos that I could personally, I guess, relate to, that I could say, okay, this person made it out or this person made it with music. Um, this is something that I like as well, so I should
Hmm.
try it. So that's where it all started.
Yeah, well, that's really cool, man, because your music is, and if you guys haven't heard BM Casso's music, you just dropped an EP,
Yes,
Badman,
sir.
and let me tell you something. I got the EP. Your manager hit me up, and he wanted me to spin it, and I was like, okay. People send me stuff all the time. I gotta listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Right.
never know who's hot or not. And I got your record. You know, I got the whole EP and I heard one song off of it and it was the on repeat. And I was like, okay, I got to hear another one. So I heard another one and it was the Bad Man. I was like, okay, let me hear one more. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm just going to buy the
Yeah,
EP because this whole
appreciate
thing
that,
is just
bro.
fire, bro. Like, really, like,
Appreciate that.
bro, I spin your stuff. I mix it in with a lot of DeVito Burner Boy, like the stuff they usually hear. Because, in I think in most clubs, they're not really acclimated to the real Afro beats, I feel. You know what I mean?
Right.
You hear a lot of DJs just play DeVito if
Right.
Joanna,
Right.
Jojo, Burner Boy,
Those-
yeah. Some DJs play the kilometer, you know what I'm saying? But they don't really know like the artist you
right. The
just
other
mentioned
stuff.
earlier. I've
Right.
never heard a DJ play none of that stuff, at least like in the mainstream clubs.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so I was like, man, I be mixing your stuff in with that, and it flows in so smooth. And I'm like, man, we
Appreciate it, bro.
gotta broaden our Afro beats catalog because there's so much good Afro beats out there that people are just missing out on. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
mean, like on the international scene, you have people like Davido and Whiskey and Burner, who I respect. I mean, I respect all of them because they're doing a lot for the Afrobeat scene
Hmm.
internationally. But you've had people like I said, The Bunch, Two Face, P Square, Olumentin, Sound Sultan. Rest in peace to him because he just recently passed away.
Oh, rest in
Um,
peace.
yeah, so there's a lot of people that have been doing this for a long time that also inspired some of these guys as well.
Hmm.
So it's funny when a lot of DJs here, they only play the what you would call the mainstream or whatever. And credit to those guys because, like I said, they put in the work and they giving us the right exposure and everything. But
Hmm.
there's a lot of music. A lot of music to be heard, man, in the Afrobeat realm. I mean, y'all starting to hear about Rema and like Fireboy and them boys. So,
Hmm.
you know, we're definitely coming up strong. So, uh, yeah, I appreciate the love that you're showing and, exposing people to other sounds as well. I
Hmm.
think that once folks start to catch up on it, they're definitely gonna fall in love with the sound that they're hearing. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's facts because I see the women dancing to the stuff. The on repeat, I think it's either that one. I think that's probably like my favorite one because it's like such a smooth lounge beat, like the electric piano. The chords
right.
on that are so smooth, like
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. It's
You
like,
sound like you produce, man. You produce?
yeah, I am a music producer. That's how I
Oh, that's
started
what's
out.
up.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I definitely recognize like a good production when I hear it. And when I heard that, I like my favorite type of Afro beats are the ones that are real smooth like that. Like I like the Zlatan and Burner Boy track.
Yeah,
I
the
forgot.
killing there.
Yeah, yeah. I like stuff like that. Like that has like a dark kind of feel to it, but it's like kind of smooth. You know what I
Right.
mean? And then the one you have, the on repeat one, is smooth, it's Afro beats, and it's just like I don't
You
know,
could
man.
vibe to it.
It can vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? I could go
Yeah,
get some coffee to it, and then I can also dance to it at the nightclub. Like
that's
I
what's
don't know.
up.
It's versatile like that.
Yo,
So
it's crazy though, because I didn't know that I thought you were like African at lit. Well, I know you're African, African Americans are
mhm.
Africans, but you know what I mean? Like I didn't actually think that you were from the United States. I was
Oh yeah.
thinking you were from like Nigeria or like Ghana or something.
Oh man, yeah. So
Because this is
what
actually the first time that that we speak in face to face. So because we usually
yeah.
just talk through like text or messages, but um, yeah, it's crazy. You definitely look like you're Nigerian.
Man, yeah, I get that a lot. And you know what? I just go ahead and just go with it that I'm Nigerian. So
That hey,
there's,
why not, man?
yeah, I just don't speak the language to me because I just tell them I forgot how to speak the language. But I'll say I'm Nigerian.
That's what's up.
So
Hey,
when it comes to the Afro beats music, like we discussed earlier, it is getting more mainstream. I mean, hell, I've heard Justin Bieber on an Afro
right?
beats track, and that was like, whoa, like this is starting to
Yeah.
become kind of big. So, how do you feel about? And we got to keep it nitty gritty. Like when it comes to the black culture, it's like a lot of other cultures borrow our sound, hip
Right.
hop, rock and roll, jazz, Afro
Right.
beats, and I feel like that's starting to kind of bleed into other cultures. How do you feel about that when you hear like a lot of Afro beats being kind of imitated by the pop artist?
Yeah. I mean, just as a creative, because myself, I'm not just limited to Afrobeat. I mean, I have like tracks that I've just rapped on.
Hmm.
I mean, and obviously the tracks that I make like rapped on or whatever, like you could say, okay, this guy raps with an accent or like rap isn't like African. It's an American culture like the hip hop, but I still tap into that, and I think
Hmm.
that as a creative, you can tap into sound because music is spiritual. So if you're feeling it, then you could tap into it as long as you don't try to like disrespect the people that have put that genre on or like that owns it or whatever or the originality of the type of music. And I don't think Justin Bieber and the rest of them, I don't think they're trying to like discredit anyone. They just seem happy to be um, you know, part of the movement and part of what's happening. So I
Hmm.
think it's fine. I mean, I think it's great. I think it does a lot for us as Afrobeat artists and as Africans in general.
Hmm.
I mean, Afrobeat is the production. Like Afrobeat is spiritual, bro. Like just the production on. If you listen to the production of Afrobeat tracks,
Hmm.
like you could just listen to the instrumental without any vocals and just like be bumping your head and really feeling it.
Yeah, facts.
And I feel like we've been that good for a long time, but just never really had that exposure. And then guys like Wiz and Davido and Bonner, you know and all the guys that I've also put work behind the scene, I've done a good job to expose it, and now people are starting to tap into it. So I'm definitely not mad at that.
Hmm.
I'm happy, in fact, that people are starting to tap in. So,
Yeah.
uh,
But that's good, man. I'm glad that they are too, because this is such, and I know I keep mentioning Afro beats. I know you're versatile and other things. We're gonna get to that in a little bit, but I'm just so glad that other types of music are starting to blow up, because it felt
right,
like when I started DJing back in 2014 is when I started DJing my very first gig. And it seems like every gig I had was either like pop music or rap music.
right,
And everywhere I went was either pop music or rap. And I would go to so many clubs around Texas and even some gigs in California and, around the nation. And it seems like everything was pop and rap. Then when I started doing more Latin gigs, I started getting more exposed to that. And I was like,
right,
okay, so this is kind of cool. And then the Latin reggaeton stuff started becoming more mainstream again with the Ozuna. Of course, we had Daddy Yankee. Then who else came? Bad Bunny,
hmm
J Balvin started becoming even more mainstream with everything else. And then here comes Afro beats. And I'm like, yo, this is cool. Now I can play versatile stuff
exactly.
that people are familiar with, because if I drop something random that they haven't heard on the radio or on YouTube a lot, they're going to be like, what is this? But now they know it, so now I can get a little bit more versatile with it. Um, so tell us about the hip hop side. When you grew up in Lagos, what was your biggest hip hop influence? I know you mentioned Lil Wayne, but
Yeah.
was he your biggest hip hop influence, or did you have somebody else, or do you feel like you can put him like, like could you rank him, or how do you feel like? Just tell us, what are your biggest
Man,
influences in rap?
right. Yeah, growing up, it was definitely Wayne because I
Yeah,
mean, he was all over the place at the time. Yeah,
yeah,
we used to have the little MP3s and the Walkmans where we would have his tape on and stuff. So
yeah.
I definitely was listening to a lot of Wayne, but right now, I mean, Wayne's still, he's still great. I mean, I love him still. I still listen to his music,
Hmm.
but I would say like, Jay-Z and Drake are probably like my top two.
Hmm.
Um, and but yeah, influence wise, growing up, it was Wayne and Jay-Z at the time because I didn't really grow up listening to Tupac and Biggie. I know like when I came to the States, like I found out that they were like, God level kind of, importance, and a lot of people talking about them, but and
Yes.
and at the time I didn't really know that because I grew up listening to Wayne and Jay-Z. But when I came over to the States and started to look into like the history of hip hop and started discovering other guys that did their thing as well. But right now, if I were to rank, shoot, top five in no particular order, I would say Jay-Z,
Okay.
Drake, um, Kanye,
Mm.
uh, J. Cole,
Okay.
and Kendrick, maybe.
I knew you were gonna say Kendrick for
Yeah,
some reason.
yeah,
I could just feel it. He
yeah. So those guys are probably my top five. Yeah.
Man, and it's funny that you mentioned Tupac and Biggie, because oh man, when I would have conversations about hip hop, if I didn't mention Biggie or Tupac in my conversation about my top, people would talk so much shit. They'd be like, "Oh, you don't know nothing about hip hop." Or if I didn't have Eminem in my top five,
Right, right.
I was like, bro, I like Eminem, but like my list is very similar to yours. Now I think my top five would be Kanye West, Crazy Bone, MF Doom, um, and I can't really name the rest, but yeah, my top three would be Kanye West, Crazy Bone from Bone Thugs and Harmony, and MF Doom.
Right.
But they're like, you didn't mention Eminem or Biggie. I mean, come on, guys, we got to be honest. And this is why I think people need to be more honest with their favorites. If you don't listen to Tupac or Biggie on a regular basis, why is he gonna be on your top? Like, he
Exactly.
influenced us. Don't get me
Right,
wrong. I know
right,
his music. I got all of their music as a DJ. Yeah, it's mandatory you
right,
have all their music. But bro, he's not on my workout playlist. I don't have
Right.
Biggie. I got Juicy on my playlist, but I have no Tupac on my playlist. I listen to Eminem. I got Hi, my name is. That's like probably the only song on my workout playlist. Everything else is not on there, but I pay homage to him because I know him. And that's why I was like, y'all
Facts.
gotta start paying homage to the old school and the new school because we're the ones that's gonna be the future. Like BM Casso is gonna be the future. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
I'm just saying, like, y'all gotta
Yeah, you
start
tell them.
paying homage because this is the future. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when it comes to hip hop, I feel like in Afro beats, and I could be wrong, I feel like y'all pay homage to the next generation because I feel like it
Definitely.
moves forward like pretty well. In hip hop, man, there's a lot of conflict. It's the old heads that hate the new heads and vice versa. Man, it's crazy out here. So like what do you feel like the future of hip hop is gonna be like? You know what I'm saying? With all this going on, like we got people like Drake who are constantly being hated on, but he's always on top. Like, is it gonna be the same type of hip hop in the future where it's like future Drake, Young Thug type music, or do you think it's gonna be something completely different within the next 10 years?
I mean, I think it's gonna be different. I mean, we don't have a choice as humans to evolve. We
Hmm.
have to evolve. I mean, that's the they say change is the only constant. I mean, that's pretty cliche, but that's facts. I mean, things are
Hmm.
gonna change. It's just about, at the time, is it something that you can relate to, something that you value, something that you could tap into, and so on.
Hmm.
You have a lot of and it's the same in Afrobeat. We have some old heads, they'd be like, oh, this isn't real hip hop or this isn't real whatever, and you can't really blame them because th that's what they can relate to. And back to your conversations about people not being honest in their top five or whatever, like I'm not saying my top five are like the top five of most influential to everybody or whatever. I
Right.
mean, that's my top five. That's why it's my top, right? So
Exactly.
it's the people that appeal to you and your moods and like the type of music you listen. Like if you check my playlist, like
Hmm.
those people that I mentioned, all their music on my play, all over my. Matter of fact, like Drake and Jay-Z, like constantly, for every three songs you hear, is either Drake or Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So I, that's just how you know. I'm not saying that bar for bar, like Drake is better than, I don't know, Kendrick or Jake. I
Mhm.
don't know, but that's not my debate. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that these are the guys that I listen to a lot.
Right.
And it's the same for like the progression of music. Right now, this is what we have. This is
Hmm.
what, appeal to people. This is what people are creating, and there's always a lot of talent. I think there's always a lot of talent.
Hmm.
Whether it's the two packs of his generation or the Drakes of our generation or like in the future somebody else comes out and is doing number and beautiful music.
Hmm.
Things are gonna change, and
Right.
there's always going to be talent. So
Yeah.
um,
I feel things are going to change, but I feel that when it comes to hip hop, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sound like an old head saying this, but just of how the roots of hip hop started and how it went mainstream and then how now it's just universal and then how it's how the media is now. I feel like hip hop is definitely going to become pop music, to where it's going to be, I don't know. It's gonna be, you're gonna hear a Drake song from today, like 10 years in the future. It's gonna sound like something at the supermarket. Like it's gonna be so pop. You know what I mean? And I feel that, yeah, for real. And I don't know. I think there's gonna be a new genre that's gonna emerge, and I feel that it's gonna be so gumbo, so mixed up, like reggaeton, Afro beats, rap. I'm dead ass serious.
really.
It's gonna be a completely new genre, and you're not even gonna. It's gonna be impossible to put it in a bucket. You know what I mean? I feel like that's gonna happen in the next 10 years, but I feel like rap right now. I think the Drake future style rap is going to continue on, but it's going to be watered down so much, and I don't know. It's just, that's just my opinion. But uh,
Yeah, I
speaking of
mean,
mute,
but
I'll go
if you
ahead.
think, sorry to cut you short, but I
No, go
mean, if
ahead.
you think about it, you know, why do you, I mean, there's no point putting it in a bucket, right?
Mhm.
If we had stuck to what we were doing, say with, you know, hip hop, for example,
Mhm.
you know, we wouldn't have the Kanye West and the, you know, the Drakes, and because the Kanye just listening to his sound and, you know, his very first album and how he transitioned,
Mhm.
he changed a lot of things in the hip hop world. Like, you know,
Mhm.
from the instrumentals to the bounce that you had to the sampling to the flows, like
Mhm.
Kanye changed a lot of things, right? So,
Mhm.
and that's what makes him Kanye West. So
Yeah.
there is no stopping evolution, or you can't, if you, you know, if you want to, things are going to change. It's almost inevitable. Like, you're going to have people trying to do stuff, people trying to create, people trying to think outside the box. You know,
Right.
somebody might come up and say, you know what, I don't want to do this particular style. I don't want to
Mhm.
just rap, or I don't want to just do Afrobeat, or I don't want to just sing. I want to combine.
Yeah.
And that's art. If you, as long as there's an audience to listen to it, it's gonna sell.
Mhm.
So
That's
it's
true.
always the demand. So
That's facts. And then speaking of that, your EP. We gotta talk about music now that we got to know you. Had a good conversation. Make sure y'all follow BM Casso. Your
yes, sir.
EP, Badman. Why they call you the Badman? You got 6 tracks on here, dude. The on repeat, I say it over and over. It is on repeat. Well, I'm not lying. That track is
That's
just
what's
fucking
up.
fire. But then
Bless up, bro.
the Ben Low,
Hmm.
bro, that one, I don't know what it is about it, but as soon as that chorus comes on, Ben Low, go down, Ben. Bro, I was like,
Hey, that's
yo,
what's up. That's
that's
what's up.
like, I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, dude. The ladies were fucking with that one, bro. And
That's what's up.
I sent your manager the video, and I played it a couple more times, but I mixed that in with that Zlatan.
Oh, the
Uh,
killing them.
yeah, because it's got that same.
The same bounce. Yeah,
I don't
the
know what that
progression.
instrument is. It's that clicking, like tick, tick, tick. I don't know what it sounds
Yeah,
like you know the claves, the 2 wooden sticks.
yeah.
It sound like that, but it got the same thing in there. So immediately when I heard that, I was like, okay, I can mix it in with that. BPM's kind of similar, and it works. It just kind of goes in, and I'm like, yo, this is a bounce right here, bro. So
That's what's up.
what was the inspiration by this whole EP, man? And like, you know, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, I mean that the Badman name just it actually just came from somebody that was that, you know, I had a conversation a long time ago with someone, and
Okay.
she was basically like, "Oh yeah, you know, you always have put up this good boy persona, but like deep
Uh-oh.
down, like, you know, you're you're a bad man kind of thing." So
Uh-oh.
and then that went, and then my guy, one of my friends, uh, he's produced a lot of tracks for me actually. Shout out Otis, that's my brother.
Hey, hey.
Um, so we made a track at some point, and after that conversation, I just came up with a song named, you know, Badman,
Mhm.
and but we didn't release that, but we did work on the track, but we never released it. And ever since then, I mean, it just kind of stuck with me. And I was like, okay, I mean, why a bad man could mean, you know, different things. It just mean I'm a bad man, like musically, like I'm a bad man at getting
Mhm.
it done. Just like you say, that man is a bad mother,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't want to curse, but anyways, that's
Oh,
how
we
the
keep it
name.
nitty gritty. You can say whatever you want on
Okay.
here.
Yeah, but that's how I got the name for and the Casso came from Pablo Picasso. Um I always felt like I painted words with my music, because I started out rapping actually, before navigating to Afrobeat.
Hmm.
So I started out as Picasso, and then I was like, this sounds too, it's too much. So I just kind of I just integrated the Badman, and then just shortened the Picasso to Casso, and that's how I came up with the BM Casso name.
Okay.
Um, but a lot of people just call me BM or Casso. Um, and then the EP, it was just something that I've been working on for a while. I released a couple of singles first. I released the Shano and the Benlo, and I just wanted to have a, you know, a body of work that I could go out to people and say, you know, this is what I could do, or this is the type of music that I could make.
Definitely showed us that. I like it.
Yeah. So, and also I kind of added, like, I wanted different vibes on it. If you listen to the EP, you see, like, I mean, the first song was kind of like Afro, but then I was rapping, and then the second song on repeat was kind of like this whole Jamaican kind of vibe. And then the Faji was just me singing, and then the Benlo and Shano like was more of a dance, and then the Bossman was like a vibe. So I was definitely, you know, shooting for different moods, because I know people don't always want to dance. I mean, sometimes they want to hear something chill, sometimes they want to, you know, listen to bars or whatever. And the idea behind it is, look, I'm a Badman. I could really do whatever you want me to do. Like, I could really deliver on like multiple platforms, multiple styles as well.
That's good.
So that was kind of the whole idea behind it.
I'm glad that you're hitting on that, because I feel like more artists should try to tap into that. I understand some artists may have just a niche where they just rap a certain way, like, you know, Jadakiss. You know, he raps the same way. But his beats, I guess the way he makes himself versatile is from the beats. You know what I mean? Same thing about, do you know a dude named Cannabis?
No.
The rapper, yeah. So Cannabis was he was never like big back in the day, but he's probably like one of the best rappers of all time. And it's not even an opinion thing. He just has so many solid bars. But
even Cassidy, right?
Cassidy, yeah. See, Cassidy raps the same kind of way, but he has to get singers on the track like R. Kelly or somebody else and change the beat to make him kind of sound versatile. But with you, your beats are different and you can rap and sing. So it's like you could go both ways, man. It's like I feel like that makes an overall artist. You know what I'm saying? You know, people try it and they don't necessarily like deliver it well, but I feel like you do it really well, man. Because it's like, bro, on Shanor, that's the Shana. What does Shana mean, man? What does that mean?
It just means like light it up, or light up.
Like Shana, like just light it up. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering about that. I was like, okay, that's cool. Cause see, like on that track, and I'll be honest, I heard this whole EP without looking at the titles, and I thought you had features on here. But it's all you.
Right.
Yeah, I thought you had features. I was like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what makes you first time.
It sounds
like,
different, huh?
Yeah, I was like
every song is like a different artist.
Yeah, I was like, okay, so somebody's singing here, then he's rapping. I was like, yeah. When I look at the thing, it's like, oh, there's no features on it, so he must be rapping and singing on the whole thing. I was like, see, that's really good. That's extremely good, man. You have a lot of talent, bro. How long have you been working on the CP? Like, how long did this project take?
I mean, writing the songs, to be very honest, didn't take long at all. I mean, I make my music like really fast. What actually drives me is the instrumental. I usually like hearing a beat, even if it's not the complete beat, but like maybe like a foundation of the beat, or like just the bass line, and then I could usually come up with something. But once I connect with a beat, like literally 30 minutes, I'm done like writing and recording.
Wow. You guys be writing fast nowadays.
Oh yeah.
I
just go nowadays, on my phone, my notepad. I just go in and like just get everything done. So some of them are like freestyles as well. Like once I record and I see some missing spaces, I just kind of freestyle on them. But
you be punching in?
Yeah. Well, nah, not a lot. If I have to like switch my tone, or like I have to like, because like sometimes when you rapping and like you at a certain pitch and you gotta like sing or whatever, you got to like punch in, because then it can get harder once you start running out of breath and you're recording and everything. So
yeah, if y'all never seen an artist punching in the studio, the first time I saw was a few months ago. That shit wild, bro. Yeah. They be like, I'm going in. Hold on, run it back. I'm going in and I'm going hard. Hold on, run it back. I'm going in and I'm going hard. I got the car. Hold on, run it back. I'll be like,
oh no, not like that.
I'm like, what the hell? Y'all gotta go to a studio session and see these artists punch in. That shit crazy.
That's extreme. Nah. my punching comes in at it comes in at like the chorus or like the verse. You know, if I'm singing the chorus, I just go one take it and then I do it, and then I have to or do multiple times until I get what I want because I'm very
Mhm.
critical actually of how I sound.
Yeah.
Um, and then for the verse, I just go like, just record it one time and or one take, listen if I like it, take it. If I don't, I delete it.
Mhm.
But back to your question, overall, I would say that the EP, writing the songs probably took me like a week or 2 weeks, the actual
Mm.
songs. But then because of, things like, mixing and mastering, working with engineers to like get your stuff together,
Mhm.
working on the album cover or the EP cover,
Mhm.
selecting what you want, having like some sort of promo plan, just getting all the logistics that's like outside of the actual recording
Mhm.
took about like, maybe 4 to 5 months. So,
Okay. Well, that's pretty
um,
good. That's good. So
yeah.
we gotta talk about this real quick before we wrap up. What has been the highest moment in your career? Like it could be like maybe
Dang,
your biggest performance, maybe a moment where you met a famous artist. Like what's been the highest moment in your career right now?
dang.
Yeah, I know. I'll be asking these questions to everybody, man.
Well, yeah, my career is kind of short because I actually just started going commercial with my music in 2018. So,
Okay.
um, but I think the highest moment is how I felt like this EP was received.
Hmm.
When I released the EP before any promo kicked in and before I started promoting it, just a post on my IG and everything.
Hmm.
And for like 2 weeks, I didn't do anything on purpose because I wanted to see, just kind of like um, the natural reaction or like the
Hmm.
or the organic numbers, if you will, that didn't have
Right.
any promo influences or whatever.
Hmm.
And I mean, all the songs were doing like really like way past my expectations. I mean,
Yeah.
for that week, I had over like maybe 15,000 streams or something like that
Hmm.
on Spotify and like 5,000 on Apple Music. And, in total, I was about 30,000 um, streams. And that was really impressive to me.
Hmm.
And some of the guys that are somebody, I'm not going to say his name, but there's always really critical of my sound, actually was like, yo, this EP is fire, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, so uh, those are like the highest moments for me. Usually, I don't listen too much to people when it comes to like the things that I like about my music and what I want to put out. But
Hmm.
this particular person, yeah,
You changed his
he,
mind, huh?
yeah, he was like, okay,
See?
okay, this is hard. This is hard, no doubt. And he said every single song is hard too.
Yes.
That was like dream. Like I would never imagine him because he always has something to say. Like he's always like, "Oh yeah, I know you're talented. I know you this, and then but you should have done this on this song, or you should
Yeah.
have featured this person, or you should have used this beat, or you should have mixed it better, or there's always something."
Right.
But this one, he was just like, "I listen and I don't have nothing to say. It's fire, bro."
Yeah.
So
It is, man. You telling the truth, man. Y'all got to go get this EP. This EP, The Badman. I'm telling
sure,
you, he is the Badman. BMK Casso. I'm gonna get it right, like Picasso, because he's painting you a
yes sir,
picture from the
yes
Badman
sir,
himself. Y'all go get that EP. So
yes
your
sir.
career, you say you only went commercial in 2018, right? That's when you started doing the
Yeah.
commercial thing. So
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a short-lived career. What's like only about 3 years. Tell us
Mm-hmm.
about a moment that you've had since that was just like a low moment. As musicians, maybe it could be a moment that just made you want to feel like quitting, but you overcame it. Tell us about that if you had a moment like that.
Uh, man, I'd have to think. I mean, I've had low moments.
Hmm.
I think it was one of my singles that I dropped. I can't remember which one it was, but I had a video to it as well. And you know, in my head when I was doing everything, and shout out to my brother Kyle's film boy. Y'all go follow him. He's a video director, also an artist as well.
Mm.
But you know, we had everything said. We planned it. We shot the video, and I was really feeling good about the song. But then I I didn't get the reaction that I felt like I should have gotten from it. You
Hmm.
know, after posting it, and the first couple of weeks, you know, it was just kind of like, okay, this isn't doing as well as other tracks, even though I felt like I invested more time and you know,
Hmm.
I felt like I invested um more resources in terms of like people that actually worked on it and like us shooting a video and everything.
Yeah.
Um, so that was definitely a down moment for me. I my expectations were high, but it wasn't the outcome wasn't as I expected.
Hmm.
So I felt bad, but you know, like you said, I think one of the things that just pushes me is that a lot of times I make the music I make is original to me, so I enjoy it regardless.
Right.
I don't try to sound like anybody. You know, I am influenced by a certain number of people, but I don't hear a track and be like, oh, let me try to sound like this person, and then let me see if people are gonna like me the same way. I never
Yeah.
do that. But you know,
Right.
sometimes when you put in like time and work, or and then you expect a certain outcome and it doesn't come, then you know you can understand how somebody can get
Yeah.
disappointed. So
I mean, I know that that happens, it's all good, but as long as you know that you put in the work and you're constantly like watering that seed,
right,
eventually it's gonna grow. Like Lizzo, I mean, she released what and she was signed to a label and was releasing music and still wasn't blowing up.
right,
That's crazy. How you signed to a
yeah,
label and you still not blowing up?
I
So
know,
I was like 5, 6 years later, her tracks on the radio. You know what I mean? And
right,
now it's like now she's like doing things with Cardi B. So you never know.
exactly,
That's why I tell artists, man, that even if it's a song you made in high school, and it's
right,
still keep that on your website, keep that on your SoundCloud because you never know what's gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? Keep
for real.
promoting everything you got. But yeah, man, it's BM Casso, the bad man in the building.
Yes, sir.
I gotta thank you so much for coming on to this Ones and Twos podcast, man. You are doing your thing. Y'all go get right now
Yes,
that
sir.
EP, the Badman EP. Boy, I'm
And
telling you,
tell them it's
it's
not just hype. Tell them you dig it. It's
I
not just
dig
hype.
it. Every song I can play. I'm gonna give you, and I have my favorites on each album, so I'm gonna tell you all my personal favorites off of this EP. Number one is On Repeat. Number two is Ben Low, and number three is Shanor. Those are my top
Yes,
three.
sir.
That On Repeat, bro, I'm telling you, like it just sounds so good in the
That's
system.
what's
Don't get me wrong,
that's
every
what's
song is good, but we have our favorites, right? The
right,
Ben
right.
Low, y'all drop that when the girls is on the floor, bro. It's just whoa. And then the Shawn man, Light It Up. That's like a dope groove. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that,
Everything
bro.
on here is dope, man. And I feel like I could tell you put work into it. You took your
Yes,
time
sir.
into it. Even though you said it didn't take you that long to make it, I feel like the time that you did have for it,
Right.
you spent it and you used it. Like it was quality time that you spent on this
Definitely.
project. And
Definitely.
bro, keep it up. When's the next coming out?
Man, I don't know. I'm actually I'm currently working with a producer, Smarts, that I met
Okay.
on Instagram, and we're thinking of a joint EP, maybe like 4 or 5 songs, and just to kind of
Uh-huh.
wrap up the year. So I don't know. I might drop something else. We might drop something else, but before the end of the year. Still trying to think about what I want to do, but
Hmm.
yeah. After this year though, next year, you know, my guys have been pushing me. Yo, you should collaborate with some of these industry guys and everything. So I look forward to some collaborations. Try to get some collaborations in. The reason I've been holding back for a little bit is because I just want to show people what I could do on my own. You know, like you see
Yeah.
on the EP, is no collaboration, no features. That was on purpose. I wanted
Mm.
to put out a work that it was just me, and like people could listen and be like, okay, this guy knows what he's doing or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
And then, you know, after that, so after the second EP, I think is when I'll start looking to like try, hopefully, fingers crossed, but hopefully get somebody that's you know, that's out there already and that I could tap into. So
One feature could blow you up, bro. And I
yes,
feel
sir.
like it might happen sooner than you think, man. I could just
Yes,
feel it,
sir.
bro. Like you
Yes, sir.
definitely got some heat. But y'all,
Yes,
man,
sir. Bless
BM
you.
Casso, man, make sure to follow my man. If you guys are listening to this podcast on SoundCloud or YouTube, make sure to check out the hot EP, Badman EP. BM Casso in the building. Man, appreciate you, bro. Thank you
Thank you,
for
bro.
coming out.
Thank you
One
for
for
having
tours.
me, bro. Appreciate you, man. And thank
No
you for
problem.
showing me love every time, bro. My man, Katsu tells me a lot. Like,
Yeah.
he says, this dude be jamming your shit out. So I
Yes,
appreciate the love,
sir.
bro. I
Yes,
will
sir.
not forget.
Appreciate you, man. You have a good one, bro.
All right, you too, bro. Bye.
All right.
1, 2.